Hello, Darthvegan here, back with another episode of Kerbal Space Program Season 5. This episode we're going to try to do two things. One, we are trying to complete one of our missions, which is to get a rover and drive it around the KSC. We kind of did that with our make-do rover, but it didn't count as a real rover, so... Red Rover, send a real rover right over. And that's what we're going to do today. What else are we going to do? Well, we're going to try to go up into space again. Maybe send Steve up into space with the same rocket. Maybe with the same rocket. Maybe with a slightly modified rocket to see if we can get into orbit. I don't think we can with the parts that we have, because I need to upgrade this vehicle assembly building to get more than 30 parts. Now, if I were playing standard Kerbal, I think I could do it with less than 30 parts, because I would have all the parts I needed. With the engines that we have right now, and the parts that we have, I'm finding it very difficult. I even tried it a little off screen, just to see if I could do it. I was not able to. I tried several different iterations, could not make it into orbit. We'll try. We may try one more iteration, and one I have not tried yet. We'll take a look at that. But first, let's go into the space plane hangar. And we have the DVR spot. Why is it the DVR spot? Because I wanted it to be. It's pretty basic. I put it all together off camera because there's nothing really special about it. I did put the Probe upside down on it, so then I had to reverse the wheels. But I noticed it after I came back in to reverse the wheels. I was like, why are the wheels backwards? It's because I had this upside down. But that's okay. I didn't want to have to redo it, so I didn't. And now it looks like this. So there you go. This should take us around the Space Center. We are going to bring out Sean, the scientist. He's going to have his first foray around the KSC. And he's going to do some science experiments, and we're going to resolve this contract, which is launch a rover onto Kerbal, set the vessel top to rover, and that should be it. Sean, how do you feel about going around on your new sweet ride? Yeah, it makes my butt itch too. The thing about this vehicle is to get this mystery goo, I put it on the back here. And I have to collect the data with a scientist in order for it to get multiple instances. So I guess I could, if I come in here and rename the vessel, set it as a rover, accept it, we should be good now with the contract. Contract complete. Yep, rover is on location and ready for research. Great. I guess we just have to finish the mission and then we will be all done. But I think I will go ahead and go around and get this mystery goo sites from all the locations. And so I will see you guys in just a moment. Whoops. Had a little accident. I ran a little bit too fast into the flagpole here. Sean, he's okay. We did lose a wheel here, so we're going to call this trip short. Oh, Sean. Not the best driver of rovers, are you? You're a scientist, not a driver. My God. We did get 19 sites before I blew up, so that's not bad. Okay. So let's go ahead and some other time I will go around and get the rest of that science. Let's look at mission control. There's probably some of these field research that we can do. Perform experiments around the KSC. If only I would have had that. I could have gotten this additional monies. Oh my, it's a lot of extra money. Perform mystery goo while flying on Kerbal. Okay. Perform another mystery goo while in space. Gather rare science results from Kerbal's mountains. Alright. Well, these two will be hard to do with our current situation, but let's look at part testing. Some of these I might be able to do. Inline cockpit. In flight. Just run a test on it. I think I can do that. Parachute has to be very specific. I don't like these ones that are very specific. They're kind of difficult to do, honestly. So I'm probably not going to do those. And then I could probably do this one as well. I've got another rover deployment mission. Oh, this one's on Minmus. That'll be a little while. Okay. Yeah, I'm finding the progression in this series is a lot slower than I'm used to. I'm used to being already on the moon by now. My God. Alright, I haven't even been in orbit yet. It's episode 4. Okay, let's go into the assembly building. Steve is ready for launch in the Wart MK2. Jacob had his chance for glory, and now it is Steve's. We are ready for launch in 3, 2, 1, liftoff. We have liftoff. Everything looks good. Stable flight of the Wart MK2 has been achieved. Let's get this test run on this thing. Pink. Done. Contract complete. Alright. So let's go ahead and go through the gravity turn here. Let's see if we can get that achieved as well. A lot of resistance to movement. A lot of resistance. About to lose our boosters. Let's see if we still have the thrust to weight ratio to move this rocket. And we do not. We are losing speed. We are losing speed, folks. This thing will not be making it into space. Oh, we're gaining speed. We're gaining speed. We're gaining speed. Let's hold this. Hold this trajectory right here, please. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Gravity turn. It's being aggressive. I want to hold this trajectory, please. Hold this. I want to keep going up. No. It's making me go out to the... No. The pressure is too much. It wants to flip, but it can't, so it's just going to go sideways. Get me back up. I want to fly up. Up, I tell you. And there we go. Whoop, there goes the flip. Okay. Well, we're not gonna make it into space, but that we got some extra science, and we got our might as well not waste that fuel, and we got our test for our MK1 here. So, we'll be able to... We're still going to get into orbit, I think, this time. Well, I have to unlock a few things. Alright, we are resting in the water successfully. And we got our science right. I can't get out of the vessel. It says I'm not on the surface. Well, I am in the surface. Alright, got another 19 science. That's not what I wanted, but... Okay, that should give us enough science to unlock our next level here. We don't quite have enough money to unlock the vehicle assembly building, but if we can research some better rockets, then we might be in good shape. We got the torch, the pug. Look at the thrust on these things. It's tiny. Alright, so I think we might be able to do it with this level here. Now we're talking. Now we're talking. If I can unlock this and some bigger fuel tanks, then I think we'll be in good shape. Oh yeah. I'm going to research this. It should be 45. And then this one will be 45. That gives me... I should have enough now to move on without too much more problem here. There's a reaction wheel. That'll be great for whenever I do want to do some... Oh yeah, and a new Probodobodon. Fantastic. We'll definitely be able to do some new unmanned missions once I get these unlocked, which I could do now. Or, here's some heat shields and additional parachutes. Life support. Okay. I'll need that for manned missions. Radial Science Junior. Oh, well, that's interesting. Experiment Return Unit. Oh, cool. And then we got some better solar panels, lights, better antenna. Okay. Some better batteries. Okay. Well, I think I'm going to go with what I've got. I'm not going to unlock anything else at the moment. But I probably will unlock this one next. With the additional probodobodine. You know what? Let's go ahead and do it. Additional probodobodine. A reaction wheel to control it. And small radial gyroscopes. Huh. So the small gyroscope uses less power than inline. Interesting. For like really small things or like on stations or something, you need to add some additional control. Very cool. I'm going to research that. Alright. Awesome. We've got our contract complete. Very good. Got some extra money from that. Anything else we can get from our extra science? We can do this and get some extra money. Perform another mystery goo while flying at Kerbal. I think I can get that done. Alright. So our first orbit will not be a manned orbit. It will probably be with this probodobodine. We are going to name this thing the Merlin. DVS Merlin. Alright. So we're going to try this probodobodine octo out. And we are going to try to get this thing under 30 parts. Alright. That looks great. This will be our upper module. And we're going to need some radio contact with this guy. Alright, so let's pop this guy right there. Are these two the same in this as they are? No. So I'm going to pop one of these on here as well. I don't know if I'm going to waste that part. But you can't activate this until... You can't activate it unless you have a radio connection. So, now we're going to go with the standard. We're going to go with this guy and hope that he can make it. We are going to send up some batteries and some solar panels. We at least need batteries because this thing is unmanned. So, gonna have to. Yeah. I'm just thinking we're using up a lot of valuable parts here. Okay. Gotta be careful. Alright, so the Valiant here. this would actually work. This will get us into orbit, I think. Thrust to weight ratio, we're gonna have to work on that a little bit. Let's see if we can do something like this. Yeah, I got enough parts. We can probably put some boosters on there. And then I think we can probably make it into orbit with this thing. Let's put on some boosters just to get us off the ground. There we go. Put on some of these shrimps. Probably all we need. Got 17 parts. Okay. That'll give us 1.45. Alright, I think we're in good shape. This will be our first vessel into orbit. Let's put on some nose cones on these guys. There we go. I probably need some fins on this. Like so. Oh yeah. The Merlin, I think, is going to take us where we need to go. Now I need some science. I'm going to need some science. Am I going to recover this? I don't have heat shields. I don't recover this. I definitely need extra power. I got solar power, so. Alright. Let's put these up here. I don't need to. There we go. Aerodynamics? Who needs them? Alright, I could put a fairing on here. I got plenty of weight. I don't know if having that gap really makes it any better. Okay, got a little extra room for parts. I could weld this in just a little here. 63, 69, definitely plenty to get into orbit. The Merlin will be the first vessel into orbit. We'll have to send a Kerbal next time. It'll be Steve, don't worry. Jacob had his chance at glory of being the first Kerbal in space, so. How about that? How do you like them apples? I'm not sure how that fairing's going to react when it gets popped. We'll see. This may destroy the whole rocket. We'll send it out onto the launch pad and test it. Alright, this is a test of the Merlin fairing ejection test. Deploy. Psh, worked fine. Okay. Alright, are we ready for launch? In 3, 2, 1. I think I'm going to throttle back just a little bit. Launch. Nope. No, you're not. You need full throttle. Launch. Do it. Nominal launch. Looks beautiful. Look at her go. Lovely as a dovely. What a beautiful rocket. Nice and easy. Gravity turn towards 90 degrees to get that little bit of extra oomph from the rotation of Kerbal. How we doing on thrust weight ratio? We're looking good. Looking good. Fuel looks good. It all looks good. All looks just fine. Let's just stop right here with our gravity turn and get some height. Gravity turn wants to continue, so hopefully we can fight against the urge to go on towards the horizon here and continue up in the upward trajectory. Alright, we are preparing to drop the lower stage and engage the upper stage. Everything looks good. We are on course to do so. And engage. The pug. Uh-oh. Pug made us flip. Uh-oh. We got a problem, Houston. We got problems. For one thing, I can't control it. Don't think the reaction wheel in the Orbital is strong enough to control this thing. That's the problem. Let's see what we can get at, what we can do here. We'll see what we can do. We got her back under control. That was scary. Should we go ahead and pop this fairing? Not yet. Not yet. We got plenty of delta V left. Thrust weight ratio is a little low, but we're making it. As fuel burns, we will continue to get more delta V out of, thrust weight ratio out of it. You don't get more delta V, but you get more thrust weight ratio. Go ahead and pop this fairing. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Might have been the wrong idea. Don't go backwards. This thing has hard enough trim. I shouldn't have popped it. Well, I thought, well, it's far enough out of the atmosphere that it wouldn't matter, but it shows what I know. Do as I don't do. Anything I do, you do the opposite. And you'll be fine. When was I supposed to observe this mystery goo? What was my mission? Flying low. Well, we failed in that, but I can get that again in no time. No problem. Alright, our apoapsis is high enough now that we can consider ourselves outside the orbit of Kerbal. I'm going to go ahead and kill my thrust at the moment until we get a little bit higher out of the atmosphere. I got my apoapsis up to 82,000. So if we look at our trajectory here, once we get up to the apoapsis, I'll start burning back here because this has such a small thrust to weight ratio, and we'll see if we can get this to go all the way around to the circumference of the planet. Oh, I don't have a connection. Oh no. No. How am I going to get an orbit? I won't be able to get an orbit. No. RemoteTech. You have doomed us. You have doomed us all, RemoteTech. Dang it. I should have set up a set of controls here. I should have set up a flight control. I don't know how to do it. Oh, we were so close to getting in an orbit. Now it's just going to come back down and blow up. Wasted the money on this thing. Alright, so lesson learned. Let's add an antenna to this thing. A good antenna. Like so. Do I have reaction wheels already? Yes. I want to put a reaction wheel on this thing. Hopefully with this additional antenna we'll be able to do some contacting of Kerbal. I need an inline mystery goo. How big is this thing? Not very big. I think we're okay. I got a reaction wheel, got mystery goo, got parachutes, got an additional antenna. Let's do a Merlin MK1 on this thing. Alright, here we go. Second try. Alright, we're going to try it again. In 3, 2, hold on. Wait, abort the launch. We need to get this thing in its own. Parachute needs to be in its own node. Alright, ready for launch now. In 3, 2, 1, launch. Alright, I'm going to try to go straight up a little bit more this time instead of doing my gravity turn at 100 meters per second like I normally do, because this rocket has kind of low thrust to weight ratios, so I don't want to begin my gravity turn too soon and end up going horizontal when I don't have enough height achieved. So I'm gonna go. At least we're gonna wait until we have dropped our solid rocket boosters before I begin my gravity turn. Maybe even a little bit after that. I won't have a nominal orbit achievement, but I have plenty of Delta V, so I'm not really worried about that. Alright, detaching solid rocket fuel boosters. They are going back to Kerbal. There we go. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and start the gravity turn now. Ideally, you would want your horizontal speed and your vertical speed to be about equal at this point in the flight, but due to the restrictions on the line of sight, I'm a little worried about that. So, upper stage has been engaged. We're going to try to continue a gentle flight out towards the horizon. Normally I would be well on our way in our gravity turn at this point, but like I said, I'm a little worried about the losing the line of sight, so we're going to try to do the best we can to go straight up over the KSC and then do our orbit after that. Once we are over the 50K mark, I should be able to, well, maybe 55 will deploy this fairing. I just don't want to get into a position where I can't deploy my radio antenna. Alright, let's deploy. Alright, and we will extend this thing. Activate. Very good. Let's observe some mystery goo. Should we go ahead and transmit it? No, we're going to try to recover it. We're going to try to recover it. We're going to go up to about 80K on our apoapsis, and then we'll do our burn. Let's go 85K just to make sure we have enough room to do our Horizontal burn. And there we go. Alright, so now we're going to get into position to do our orbit circularization burn. So we're going to wait until we get to within about 45 seconds, 30 seconds of the apoapsis. We'll begin another burn. I'm going to go ahead and begin it now because 45 seconds is a little early normally, but this has a small thrust to weight ratio, so we're going to try to get it done. Hopefully. Before we reach our apoapsis. Ideally. I don't know if it's going to happen. You can see we are approaching the apoapsis. We are gaining a little bit of height on the apoapsis, but at the same time, it's rapidly approaching, and we will soon be in danger of re-entering the atmosphere if we don't get this thing done pretty quick. So, circularization is happening, but it's very slow. Come on, you can do it. We could get a little extra height here like this. Push our apoapsis out just a little. Let's do that. I don't want to get into position where I can't see the space center anymore, but at the same time, I want to achieve this orbit. Come on, baby. You can do it. You can do it. Come on, antenna. Stay in contact. Stay in contact. We got this. We got it. We got it. This thing could probably go to the moon. Oh, I'm certain it could, actually. Yeah, this thing totally make it to the moon. May not be able to make it back, but it probably could. Merlin is we're gonna be using the Merlin a lot, I think. Looks like we will be using Merlin quite a bit. We'll just have to add on to it. But the Merlin series, definitely successful. And we have an orbit, ladies and gentlemen. We did it. We have successfully sent a vessel into orbit. Yes. Yes, we have. All right. Let's get some pressure data. And I guess we don't get additional science for being in orbit. That stinks. Kind of thought we would, but we don't. Mystery goo. What was it for? Upper atmosphere. And let's reset the experiment. Let's take it again. In orbit. Space near Kerbal. Well. Really? Okay. Get less science for this than we did in upper atmosphere. So we may have to wait until we orbit back around. We're going to try to deorbit this thing. And let's see if we let's see where we lose our radio connection, so we kind of have an idea. About right here. Alright, so about at this continent, or this peninsula. So okay, well, now we know. Let's rotate around. We should have enough electric charge to get us. We got our first orbit. Only 6,000 for that? Are you kidding me? Alright, so we are behind the planet, so we don't have any electric charge right now. We might be able to get some sunlight here in a moment. And why are we not getting sunlight? Seriously? You're not even getting a little bit of sunlight? Come on. Can I turn a little bit if I get a little bit of power? It's like it's trying to gain power, but we're using so much power it's not able to. Darn, I was hoping to retrieve this thing. Merlin, you're so close. If we could put a couple of small ones on the sides, that'd probably help. Orientation was just off enough that not working out. Alright, well, first satellite, I guess, is in orbit. It's pretty much just stuck here because don't have enough electric power to rotate, and then we can't get more solar power. The solar panels are getting just a tiny bit of power. You can see it's kind of trying to go up, but it's just not enough. Just not enough. Darn. Alright, so I hope you have enjoyed this episode. If you did, throw me some likes, leave me some comments, and as always, subscribe to my channel. And I will see you guys next time. Bye. Ships are a burning thing. They make a fiery ring. Pulled by gravity, we fell into the sea. Jim fell into a burning ball of fire. He went down, 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 and the flame went higher. And he burns, burns, burns. Kerballs of fire, kerballs of fire. Orbits of Kerbal are sweet when ships like ours meet. We made a rendezvous. Now we'll rescue you. Jim fell into a burning ball of fire. He went